Hey, I just put up a poem called You're on Notice. And I'm thinking about what was behind that poem, the motivation behind it, and it has to do with my current job. Now, let me tell you a little bit before I go into the whole situation. Now, I've had tons of jobs since the age of 17, and I haven't had tons because I get fired. I don't. I'm a great worker once I get into a place. But I had them because I get bored, and I've never really been in a position to get into management, or really probably even stayed somewhere long enough to get into management. But I've done security. I've worked in factories. I've worked in clothing stores. Made food in McDonald's to office buildings. I've cleaned schools. I've cleaned office buildings. I've done everything. But maybe about 7 or 8 years ago, I got into a factory where I started as an operator, and within a year or so, I got the good luck, I guess you'd say, to be a team lead on the second shift. I enjoyed that job until my bosses brought someone over from where they live at, which was Korea, as operators, brought them in as operators. That's what they were supposed to be. And then quickly made them a team lead over first shift and started to give them more power than what I had. And they were supposed to be on the same level as me. And really weren't even on the same level as me because I knew every part of the operation. I knew every machine that was in there. And because I had been there and I ran everything and I had engagement with every part. So when that happened, I began to begin the process to leave because I wasn't having it, and they paid 10.50 an hour to pretty much treat me like shit. On the way out, I gave them their little 2 weeks notice. They tried to get me to stay, but what they would have offered me wouldn't have been what I was gonna get at my current job. Now, I started off more as an operator than I was making as a team lead where I was coming from at my current job. And within a year, I had the ability to make $17, which was a lot more than what I was making as a lead at the job I was leading. So I left that job and I came where I'm at now. I just want to be an operator. I didn't want to deal with people. I didn't want to be in a position where I gave to my job a job that didn't give a fuck about me. It was nights at that previous job where I stayed from 3 p.m. to 6 a.m. to help them get shipments out. I stayed and whatever they needed, they knew they could ask me for, and they took that for granted. And so I didn't want to feel that anymore because that hurt. That hurt real bad. So I just wanted to be an operator. I didn't want anything to do with any type of management, dealing with any type of people. I want to be concerned about myself because I knew I could get in somewhere and I could work my ass off and I would be good. So maybe almost a year into being there, my supervisors they had watched me from afar, and I mean I saw them when they stuck up, and it didn't even matter because I'm the type of person I'm there to work. I'm gonna give you 110% to the time it's time to clock the fuck out. Then I shut down. So they came to me. You should be a team. You should be a team lead. That's all they kept repeating. You're good with people. You're a hard worker. You smart. You this. You that. You should be a team lead. I said I'm good. I just want to be an operator. But of course, I could never hold. I tend to sometimes let people change my mind. I didn't hold to that. Within another year, a team lead spot became available. My team lead at the time, he kind of recommended me for it. My supervisors wanted me for it. And so it happened. By hook or crook, it happened. I've been a team lead at that place for about 3 years, and that place has had a lot of management changes. I've seen a lot of operators come and go. A lot of people that I started with are gone. And now they've started to just hire in management off the street. Before it was a move up within thing. where they knew they had good workers and good people, and so rather than just bring in people that didn't know how the company ran and didn't know the products and the machines and would have to take a lot of time to learn it, they moved us up from within. Um, Now that they're just bringing in random people, they're not really making some of the best decisions. And I also attribute to the fact that we had different human resources at the time. Everything was different at the time that I started. So I have someone that works in the zone next to me as a team lead. The pandemic happened. We were laid off for maybe about 2 or 3 months. Then they started sending out comeback emails. I thought it was sent out to everyone, but it wasn't. It was a few of us, and rather than saying I couldn't come back, I said I could come back because I thought it was a mandatory thing. Apparently, it wasn't. I started back, and it was less than half of the people that would be there to run the shift. It was less than half of them there. So what ended up happening, I had to help out in areas that I knew nothing about, that I had nothing to do with. But of course, if they ask me to help, I give them that. I say, okay, I'll help however I can. I'll make sure the operators are at their line. I'll make sure they have the materials they need maintenance. I'll get maintenance, whatever I need to do. Now, at the machine that I helped out at, I was told that was the hardest thing in the building at that moment. That they were very behind on that, and the demand was high. First coming back, so I focused on that. So while I was focusing on that, I was away from my zone. But I'm a time management person, so I knew what they needed when they were going to run out of something. So I was walking back up on it, and the team leader in the zone next to me, I thought he was just helping me. He was moving some more material to my line. Rather than just do that, though, he got on the radio. He said, "Where are you? I'm over here doing your job." Now, their radio system is a system that everyone can hear. In terms of everyone, I mean management, materials, other team leads. We all have it in order to communicate with each other. So, you on this radio pretty much said, "I'm doing your job. You not doing it. Where are you at?" And so, my thing was, this is a person I talk to on a regular basis. This was a person I help, I joke with, and I would have never done that. And I didn't need him to do what he was doing in the first place. But he taught me a lesson about him, and he taught me a lesson about the situation. Because I never want to put anybody in a position to try to make me look less than what I'm worth and less than what I've shown them I'm worth. So I don't really address that team lead anymore. If I need to, I will. But to laugh and joke with somebody that tries to run you out of bus would be run you under a bus would be real special. I came from a culture of back then of we all help each other and we would never throw the other one, especially as a lead, in a position to look like they're not doing their job unless it was just an awful fucking person. So I'm putting him on notice that it it will never happen again, and it hasn't happened since then, and that I know what he intended by that, and you haven't been there long enough for you to be able to get the upper hand on me. I don't sit around and let people do that, and once I notice you trying to do that, I shut it the fuck down. So that's just a little about that poem that I recently put out. And I'm going to put out a lot more because I enjoy writing and making poetry and writing stories. I haven't did it in probably some decades because I've been focusing on my son and raising him and getting him through some stuff that he was going through. But he's through it now and he's about to push 15. And so I'm taking some time out for myself to do what I love and what I enjoy and just putting out the content because I'm definitely not who I was back then. I wasn't as confident and as strong. and articulate, and I am now. And so I care about opinions, but I don't care at the same time because it's my life and I'm enjoying. If I choose to put it out, I put it out. If I don't, I don't. But that's just a little bit about it. And you have a wonderful day. And always remember to be great and hold your head high.